Hey everybody, I have been going crazy over this new update on Dreamlight Valley, and I made some dresses to match these new hairs that are coming out in the game, and I got a bunch of requests from you all to show off how I made them. So I thought I would. This is my water gown. Let me show you the rest. This is my earth gown, and this is my fire gown. I will now take this as an opportunity to show you how I made this more in depth. So I'll go ahead and show you how I made my leaf gown first to match that dress over there. So I first just kind of was messing with the colors, and I was like, okay, what do I want? And I was like, I kind of want I wanted kind of to go with the more almost aqua-ish tones in the hair and then bring in the green from there. And then I was like, okay, I really want flowers. So I started off with trying to duplicate those flowers up there. So I went with these. I decided to do these in a lighter tone, like so. And went like this. And I started to just put them like that, but then I wanted a different flower. So I went in with this one in a darker tone. And so then I went in with that with a slightly darker tone. This might not look exactly like it. I need to work with it a little. Let's see. Messing around with the positionings of it all here. Okay. So then I went with that. And I was like, okay, this looks nice. I'm appreciating it. So then I wanted to go and I wanted to add the tree branch look. So I went over here, I believe, yes, this one here. And so I just flipped that upside down and went like this. And then I put it down at the very bottom. And then I used the cutout. So one of the features that takes a lot of practice with is using the cutout tool properly. So then I go like that, and I cover up the boot. And for now, just so I can make sure I remember what I did exactly, I'm gonna go like this and put in that green. Trying to remember what color I used. I think it was this one. I believe I went like, trying to remember exactly how I put it on there on the first one. I believe it was something like that for now. Okay. Then I go back in with this and I'll flip it around, kind of mess with it a little, try to line up the branches so that way they look like they're part of a continuing tree. Maybe flip it here. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Then again, you just use that trick. The main thing is covering up the boot. You want to make sure the boot remains hidden because it kind of looks, it gets rid of the look. So then you go back in again with this here. Since I already did that there. Okay. And then I wanted to keep that yellow look. So what I did is I went in here and I used these and I went in and made them yellow, and I just duplicate this like all over the dress. Here, let me get it so it... Okay, so I go like this. So then I just to make it easier on myself, I just mirror it and then duplicate it, because then you can kind of mess around with it. So I want it to be a little smaller, so I'm gonna not leave it on world mode so I can shrink that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, like that. And again, all of this is entirely up to your preference. I'm not doing the leaves exactly the same as I did on my first one, but I'm kind of, because I can't quite remember the exact way I did it, but I just tried to cover it up and make it look like these are blooming off of this tree. And that's the vibe you want to go for. You want it to look like it's coming off of the tree. Because then at the end, it looks like it's coming off of the branches. And it almost looks like a new flower instead of just leaves, which I think is a really cool effect. Okay. So then I'm basically almost done here. My last final touches were I just went in with this ombre tool is one of my most used tools in everything. I just use it everywhere. So then I take this all the way, but not all the way because you kind of don't want it to get lost behind the stickers. So you kind of got to maneuver it. Let me see, where is it? There. Nope, wrong one. So let's mess with it and find it. And I'll show you how I did that top bit as well. If I can, trying to get it just right. Sorry about this. Okay. There we go. So on that one, I actually didn't put it on the back, but you can also put it on the back. And then my next trick, I just went in with, so this, now I'm going to do like the corset look up at the top. So what I did is I took this and I stretched it out. Let's see. Whoop. Okay, come on. I stretched it out like so. You want to hide the trident, but you want to make it look like... There we go. No, not quite. Let me mess with it a little. So I went like that, and then I basically... I'm trying to remember exactly what I did over there. Yes. So then I went like this, and I took this new one that we got from the fairy godmother, and I just did that in that nice gold color. And then you kind of want to look at the angles. And there we go. It's about what I did. A little different positioning on everything, but here's the green dress. The leaf dress. And you can, like I said, you can mess with this however you want, do the leaves however you want, but this is basically all I did. I want to add on a few more green leaves just so you can see it all. But yeah, this is all I did, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let me get on to the water dress. Okay, so my water dress was one of my more complicated ones of these three. But it's still not nearly as bad as some of my other dresses. It doesn't even have all 50 layers, like, that is shocking for me. So I started off, I was like, okay, I want to figure out how to incorporate this. So what I ended up doing is I put her here and then I flipped it. But I actually tried hiding Dory as much as I could because I did not actually want her on it. I just wanted the bubbles and like the flow effect of it all. So I went like that. And then from there, it's a lot of this. Positioning it, getting it just right. So I went like this at first and just covered up the fin because I was like, I don't want the fin showing, but then I noticed she shows on the sides. So I end up putting it on the sides as well, but I reposition it, of course. So I'm gonna flip that then, so it looks better. And you kind of rotate it so you can see what it looks like from the side, and then repeat the process. Oh, and don't mind me as my Switch battery decides it wants to be low all of a sudden. Of course, of course. Let me just plug that in so we don't have any issues. Okay, moving on. I then wanted to keep like I said, I just kept the wave look coming. I just did waves, just waves everywhere. I did waves as like a look for like a bodice. Let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it all because I did it, but then I don't really like go back and mess with it much after I do it. I believe I went like this. Yes. No. Okay. Don't mind me. Yes, that's right. So then I went like this, and again, I just mirror it to make it easier, duplicate it, I mean, to make it easier on myself. I did have it the exact opposite way. Nope. Okay. So then like this. Let's put this under there so it looks a little better. Okay, so far so good. And then I went down here. This is the most complicated part of the whole dress, probably. I know I still have to do the finishing parts on the top, but this was the most complicated. I love going in with this. A lot of my dresses you'll see have this like triangle shape in the front to like represent like the look of the ball, like the petticoat underneath and everything. And I wanted to have a trim at the bottom, but I was having trouble figuring out how to do it and still cover it up. So what I did is I went like this, and I went in and I mirrored it, and I went like that. Again, this ombre tool, lifesaver. Love it all the time. Went in like that. I was trying to remember. No, that's what I did. Then I go in and I want to cover up the sides of the triangle, but keep the ombre. So I go in and I'm gonna finagle it a little bit. Make it easier on myself, I'm gonna move these layers up so that I can just have not have the block one be in the way. And then I'll mess with the triangles here, the rectangles here in just a moment. Okay, and now let's finish up the top part. So I basically went in again with this ombre. This ombre tool is, if they ever add a favorite section where you can favorite all of your favorite decorating tools so you can easily access them, this is going to be like the very first one I do. So then I was like, how do I continue the wave look? So I went in and I wanted to continue it, but I didn't really want to add another wave. I thought it would look a little sloppy. So I just went in and I rotated it. How did I do this one? I think I used the other one. Don't mind me, it's been just a second. I was trying to remember exactly all I did. I don't think I used it in this. No, I did. I have to. I did it like this. Yep, there we go. I'm remembering, people. So I went in like so. After messing with it a little bit, let me see here. I messed with it and messed with it until it looked just right. I'm very nitpicky, don't mind me. I mainly wanted this curl to look like the continuing part of the wave. And there we go. And this is how I did that look here. And again, this was one of those looks I put together really quick because I was just trying to have fun with it. I didn't do anything on the back, but you totally can. That is all up to you. And then let me go on ahead and show you the fire dress. Alright, so here's how I made that fire dress. I basically, again, I went in with the color first. I went in here. And then the first thing I actually wanted to do is I like to put a belt on these. So that way I have like a bit of an accentuated, so it puts the waist. So I decided I wanted to use this because it already has the correct colors. So I just went in and I messed with it. Don't mind me. Give me just a second here. Alrighty, let's go here. Alright, so I went like that. And then I use a lot of this tool from the Halloween event. I went in with yellow flames first, like down here. But I didn't want it to be too crazy, so I went like that. And again, I flip it, but I also reverse it so it looks different. And then I go in again with the tool, and I go here. And then I go in with an orange. Yeah. Again, mirrored it so it looks different. And you just mess with it a little bit until you're happy with it. I want the yellow flames to be on top. And now let's go in with the red, because you want it to match the top. So you want a bit of that intensity. let me mess with the colors a little bit. I'm forgetting what colors I quite used at the moment, but I want to go with this because I think it looks a little better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then from there, all I did was just what I did at the bottom. And so I took, let's go ahead and do this in the easy order for myself. I go in and I go in with the orange, triangle, boom, down at the bottom. And then I wanted more flame look. So I went in with Jack Jack here from the very first Incredibles pack. And I put him down. And again, I mirror it so it's facing the right way. I went in with the teardrop from the nature tab so I can cover up Jack Jack so I can just have the fire. Like so. And then I go in here with the fires again, and I just layer on the fire. Okay, and I wanted that to be a little more intense, so I just mirror it so it's a little more intense in that one color. And then I went up and I put in a different color. And I want it to be below so it looks different and it sticks out differently. Like so. But then I wanted to bring back the yellow a little bit. So then, because it has almost that ombre effect at the bottom, it makes a really good material one to put a bunch of it. So then I go in with the yellow again, just to make it look like it's burning more. But my final touch, again, I use this because I wanted to try to replicate that metal look on, let me see if I can show it, on the headband. But I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to use. So I went in with this, and then I just mirrored that on. I just went like this and put that on twice. And it actually looks pretty good from the back, that one, the way I did it on my first dress. But then I wanted it to look a little thicker, so I'd lower it down one. And do that again. It kind of has that shiny, almost bronze look, which is why I really liked it there. Alright, and that is basically all I did on this dress as well. Let me get done here and I'll wrap up. And that was all of my nature dresses. And I hope you all enjoy, and I hope this helped. And again, it doesn't have to look exactly like all of mine, like I did. Oh, and don't mind my inventory. It is a mess. But I will show you these ones up close still. This one only has 24 layers. This is by far not my most complicated dress. And I hope this helped you guys figure out how to make what you're looking for and that you'll be happy. And I wish you all a wonderful day, and bye.